copy into audio, gonna paste it, and I'm gonna grab that, have this audio, jump the gain a bit, kind of bring this in. Can you see how just like in seconds, we can get this really awesome sort of pad sound? And it just came from like, we're able to turn that into okay, so I've got an empty Ableton project here. To keep things simple, I'm just going to use an instance of operator and set this to 90. I just have operator. You can hear it. You can see. And then what I want to do next is just write out a C major. So we'll start with C3, which I will do just here. I think we're actually going to take one of these. We're going to take this kind of root. We're going to drop it. You know, we'll cover a little bit of like the bass tones. And now what I want to do is just within this sound and operate. This is optional. You don't really have to do this, but I'm just going to give it some attack and increase the release time in terms of this envelope. So this way, even if we're done, the standard reverb plugin that ships with Ableton, just the stock reverb, nothing else, not the hybrid reverb or anything like that, just the regular reverb. There's actually a preset in this that I really like that comes with Ableton as well called 60 seconds. That's one of my most used presets, but I love this. I love modifying it a tiny bit, maybe playing with the size and the decay. But what you do is you, once I apply this, you'll get this really nice sound. I'm gonna just also mess with this a little bit. Just a couple more notes that are within key. Maybe I'm actually going to increase the size of this reverb, and I'm going to make it just increase this wetness. And then what you get is me turn this on and turn it on. If I turn this off and turn this on again. What I can do is actually, I can take this, I can freeze this track. I'm going to then just copy, paste that frozen clip into this other track. I'm gonna up the gain on it, remove the warp, and then now if I just solo this, turn down a little bit. So I'm not all that interested in like the beginning section of this. I actually just want just the reverb section of this. And then kind of just emphasize that more, and you can see maybe just so it's not even the original sound that I care that much about. It's the sort of the tail end of this reverb that I want to capture and maybe stretch out or use as this atmospheric accent or texture that I want to introduce into whichever track that we're making. And this is kind of just what I like. And then what I can do is, now that I have this in audio, I can mess with this pitch knob, and let's bring it down 7 semitones, and we get this sound. You can see it has a totally different vibe now. You can even go the opposite side. Right, so that was just the Ableton stock plugin. Let's try out another sound, and then let's also try out another plugin. So I'm going to come back to this operator, delete that. Let's go to our instruments here. Let's just pick some random instrument. I don't know, let's go into the analog tab, go into some kind of synth lead. Maybe this pluck stab. Let's see what we can do with it. Drag this right in here. So that's definitely a bit much for me. What I'm going to do now, instead of doing a major chord, I'm actually going to do a minor chord. So literally just took those two notes and you bring them down. Just a single semitone. And then what we're going to do is, again, I'm going to take this bottom one. I'm going to take it to the down one octave. And then I'm actually, this time, I'm not going to play all of these at the same time. I'm gonna add a couple more notes. Okay. So now I want to use this plugin called Replika. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's actually a delay plugin, and it has a really nice preset. It's kind of like a high fidelity delay plugin from Native Instruments. I'm going to use this preset called Wormhole, and it gets me this sound. Like, wow, that already sounds so cool. This has a, Replika has this feedback thing. I'm going to increase it just a tiny bit, and then what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to, again, I'm going to freeze this. So that, going to copy into audio, going to paste it, drag it out actually. And all I am really interested in is not when the actual notes that we've written hit, but kind of like the tail end of it. And I'm going to grab that, have this audio, turn off the warp, solo that, and then look at that, already sounds sick. I'm going to jump the gain a bit. And then kind of bring this in. Can you see how just like within seconds, we can get this really awesome sort of pad sound? And it just came from like this, right? We just picked a random, let me unfreeze this. We sort of just picked this random pluck stab instrument that came with Ableton. We're able to turn that into and then what's cool is because we've got this as audio, we can actually just like we duplicate that. Let's like pitch it down. Let's do 5. And then if we hear this next one. Yeah, like that sounds so sick. So another thing I like doing is I like adding a low pass filter. Low pass filters help a lot with like kind of that underwater effect. Then I can probably add some more reverb onto this, let's say. It's probably like, man, why are you adding reverb on top of reverb? But maybe so that this doesn't feel so abrupt. You see if I just mess with this frequency for the low pass filter, cut off more of the high end, get this cool effect. Can also change this into, is it bandpass? Yeah, this is cool and all, but gonna delete that and going to, ooh, actually I don't need to remove that. Gonna start again, and now we're going to use another plugin. Let's try actually just using some piano and keys. I just have this nice standard grand piano, again, comes with Ableton. Gonna draw this out real quick. With piano, I like to mess with the velocity a bit when I'm making stuff a little bit more atmospheric. There we go. Cool. Next instrument that I like. I'm actually going to take this. Sorry. One more thing I want to do. Just so you guys don't get bored of hearing the same chord over and over again. I'm gonna actually take this entire thing on now and just maybe shift it down a few semitones. Let's do 4. Maybe. And I want to add some more notes. So the next plugin we're going to use is actually part of Reaktor. So I'm going to drop in this Reaktor 6 effects plugin. For anybody who's used Reaktor, you know that Reaktor is just one of the sickest plugins ever. Just the ecosystem within Reaktor is like amazing. And I'm going to use something that's like this is one of my favorite reverbs. I'm pretty sure I was using this reverb as a little kid. I'm still using it to this day, which is Space Master 2, which is part of the Reaktor library. And I'm going to use, I like this. There is this one preset called Outer Space, atmospheric sound that I like. I'm just going to apply it over here. Let's actually listen to it and see what it sounds like at first. Love it. Same thing. I'm going to just show you guys an example. I'll pump this down into audio, froze that. Going to copy, paste, drag this out, ignore that first section where we're actually playing those notes. We just want to capture the reverb. Then I'm going to go into this, up this gain, remove any warping. And let's just take a listen. Yeah, like. So again, I can add a low pass filter here with auto filter. I can even tune this down. I don't know, let's say we wanted to. Let's try fusion reflections on Reaktor. So let's find another instrument or sound. Oh, this sounds kind of cool. Sorry, C minor 7. And I'm actually just going to bring it down a few semitones. Let's do 8 this time. I go back into Reaktor. And we're going to use this thing called fusion reflections. Yeah. Again, freeze it, copy that, paste it in this one. Ooh, it's loud. I'm gonna actually turn down the gain a bit. Ooh, that sounds so cool now already. Just bringing it down a few, like down 10 semitones. Let's try Saltygrain. Do pads this time. Let's just find, I don't know, let's find a pad that we like. Bell string detuned pad. Let's take it. We're using another plugin right now called Saltygrain. You've seen me talk about this in some of my other videos. Saltygrain is a cool preset called Freeze the Past. There we go. Froze that. Pop that back in. I want to bring this down. Actually gonna add some additional reverb to this. Anyways, you get the gist. So I think that actually captures everything that I wanted to show in this video. Thank you all for watching. If you like this content, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Cheers.